So what's so good about the Triumph Speedmaster? Well, stick around and stay tuned. I'll tell you what I think. Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. I'm out and about on this absolutely glorious day, out on the Triumph Speedmaster, and I'm really thrilled to say this is a bike that Triumph UK have very kindly lent me for a couple of weeks to get to know. Now I rode this bike first off about 6 months plus ago and did an initial sort of impressions review. I'll stick a little card up in the corner of that review so you can see what I thought if you want to go through the specs and you know, all the nitty gritty about the bike, but that's all well and good. But once you get to ride the bike for a little bit, what are the things that start to shine? You know, what are the things that about the bike that are really, really good? Well, that's what this video is all about. If you're interested in the Triumph Speedmaster, stick around and stay tuned. Well, there really is a lot to like about the Speedmaster. Of course, it's a cruiser style bike, so if you don't like cruiser bikes, then you know, don't go here, you're not going to like it. But I'm a bit of a recent convert to cruisers. I think they're absolutely splendid for this sort of riding, just lazily around the back lanes on a lovely day like today. And they can't be beaten because of the lazy sort of characteristics of them. They don't encourage you to ride like a hooligan, although with the big old 1200cc engine in here and the masses of torque that's available, this thing absolutely goes if you want it to. But just as a lovely lazy riding machine, it's absolutely perfect. And that's one of the things that I love about this bike. That's what makes it so good, is this sort of lazy riding characteristic. The way it doesn't bring out the hooligan in you. It's just a lovely thing to ride. Another thing I love about the Speedmaster, that I love about all the modern day Triumph Bonnevilles actually, is just the overall quality of the bike. The fit and finish on this thing is absolutely lovely. Lots of great attention to detail. Lots of little Triumph logos dotted about. Things like the coach lines on the fuel tank, beautifully painted by hand. I think by the same guy at the Triumph factory. He's obviously got a very steady hand. It just looks lovely and it finishes the bike off in a beautiful way. In the last 5-10 years, Triumph have really come on leaps and bounds with the fit and finish on their bikes, and the Bonneville Speedmaster is no different. It's a beautifully crafted bit of kit and something which would be a joy to own. Just enough chrome on it that you can have some fun polishing it up on a Sunday, but not so much that it's a nightmare. No, it's a beautifully finished bit of kit, this. So when I say the fit and finish on this is good, just check this out, look. Amazing coach lines on here. Little attention to detail like the pretend carbs that look really good. Amazing pipes. I love the fact they do things like stick Triumph on the handlebars there. Even the fuel cap is marked Triumph Motorcycles on the top. Yeah, just a lovely looking machine, I think, with you know, they've just done a great job on the styling. The other thing that I think is really special about this bike is its comfort. Again, by virtue of the fact that it's a cruiser, it means you're in this upright riding position, which is really, really comfortable. Your feet are quite forward on it, but they're not so far forward that you feel like they're stuck out in the air in front of you. They don't feel quite as far forward as they did on the bobber actually, which is surprising. I imagine they're actually exactly the same, but they don't feel that far forward. You get used to it very quickly, and it makes for a very comfortable riding position when you're at low speeds. So, you know, cruising along this little B road, 40 miles an hour, perfect conditions for this. I'm sat bolt upright, but I'm not in really heavy wind blast. It makes for a really comfortable ride, and you can stay on this bike for hours on end without getting uncomfortable. That, coupled with the way these handlebars kind of rake round, the way the grips at this sort of angle, it's a bit unusual. I've not ridden that many cruisers, so it was just strange initially to get on and ride like that, but after a while again you start to really appreciate the way that those hand grips are angled like that. Again, it makes for a really comfortable ride. It's brilliant. So that's something else I think that makes the bike so special. Okay, so what else makes the bike so special? Well, something that I think makes it really special is this engine. The 1200cc high torque engine that Triumph now fits on this bike. It's the same sort of engine, the basis of it, as what you'll find in the Thruxton and the bobber. Slightly different tune to the Thruxton, of course, for more low down grunt. But it's got just loads of torque and it goes brilliantly well. It sounds lovely too. So just have a little listen to this engine as I roll on now. Just make sure there's nothing much around. Here we go. Yeah! If you wanted to, she absolutely flies. Does that sound good or what? Now Triumph have rather cleverly kept the 270-degree firing order that they first introduced back in the old Scrambler, the previous generation Scrambler, and everybody loved the sound of that bike. So they've kept it with all the Bonnevilles now, which is a great move, and the Speedmaster is no difference with the big old pipes on here. These are just the standard pipes. It still sounds good. You imagine if you decatted it and put some aftermarket pipes on it, it would sound absolutely ace. So love the sound of this. Another thing that makes the bike so special. Okay, so this is what she sounds like from the outside. Hope you can hear me okay, by the way. It's I think it's the first time I've done a vlog in this particular helmet. This style of helmet I just think goes quite well with the cruiser vibe. So I felt I had to wear it when I'm riding this bike. But there's quite a lot of ventilation and stuff at the front, so there might be a bit of wind noise over the mic. Apologies if that is the case. Cracking day, another couple of weeks and these leaves are going to be amazing in the autumn. Let's hope the weather's good to come out and ride some more. Get some shots of the beautiful autumn leaves around here. Such a shame about the amount of traffic as ever. Let's head down this road. I have no idea where it takes me. This is the beauty of this sort of bike. You can just go places you wouldn't otherwise go, just for the hell of it, just because it's fun. Home of rest for horses. Oh, I assume that's like a beef burger factory or something. Yeah, it's a bit like the AC Cobra of the motorcycling world, the way this thing sounds. It's brilliant. If I can get some gearage, there we go. The other thing, or another thing that I like about this bike is the fact that it's got this very low seat height. Again, watch my previous video, my initial impressions review, if you want all the stats on the seat heights and so on, but it's a really low seat on here. So it makes it very unintimidating to ride. So when you stop at traffic lights or if you're in traffic or whatever, then you get your feet planted firmly down with a good bend in your legs. It doesn't feel like you're going to drop the bike. Also, of course, it helps if you're you know, a vertically challenged person. If you're quite short, then this bike's going to be really easy for you to handle. So many bikes these days are so tall, aren't they? So that's a great thing and another reason to absolutely love the Speedmaster. Wow, it's gorgeous out here today. Oh, bit of hairpinage. Wild. It's actually got a great turning circle on here. So it actually made that hairpin pretty easy. So I guess the sort of overall thing that makes this bike so good is just the way it makes you feel. It's just a proper feel-good bike, this. You jump on, it brings a grin to your face, and surely that's the most important thing about a motorcycle, isn't it? If it makes you feel good, this one makes you feel cool, then that's a great thing about a bike. So there's loads more I could say about this bike that makes you feel good, the things that are really great about it. However, no bike is perfect, is there? There's lots of things about the bike as well. Well, not lots, but a few things about the bike that aren't quite perfect. And those I'm going to save for my longer term review. So if you're interested in the Triumph Speedmaster, then stick around and stay tuned to the channel, because in a few weeks' time, once I've really got to know the bike, I'm going to be posting up my kind of living with in-depth review of the bike. And in that review, I'll be taking the bike on different sorts of rides, riding it in different sorts of scenarios, and let you know not only things I love about the bike, but the things I don't like about the bike, what are the negative points too. Also, I'm going to give you a rundown of the cost of ownership of the bike, and basically everything I've found out once I've ridden this bike for for a few weeks, got a few more miles under its belt. So as I say, if you're interested in this bike, do subscribe to the channel and look out for that one, it's coming soon. Thanks very much for watching. If this is the first time you watched one of my videos, thanks for staying until the end. I don't just do bike reviews here on the Missington Flyer, but I also do how-tos, I do trips and tours, I do reviews of kit, I do things in the garage, bits and pieces about how to look after your motorbike, basically anything and everything to do with motorbikes I try and cover. Oh, round here on the channel. So it'd be great to have you along. If you haven't done so already, do subscribe, and it'd be great to see you again next time. Alright, I'm going to enjoy the Speedmaster a bit more. Look forward to speaking to you again soon. Until then, this has been the Missington Flyer. Cheerio.